Hey guys, welcome back to another Star Wars Black Series figure review. This time I got Commander Doom, and I apologise if you hear a bit of a faint humming in the background. I've just got the heater on. It is the middle of winter here in Australia, and it is cold as ice. We don't get snow or anything here, but it is still cold as hell. So I've just got a little fan heater going in my room here, just to make it a bit more comfortable for me while I'm sitting here recording a few videos today. So like I said, Commander Doom from the Black Series. Just got this guy the other day. Give you a quick look at the packaging. We've got Clone Commander Doom. This is the standard sort of TIE Fighter packaging that we're getting now. A little bit of a bio there if you want to pause that and have a read. This comes from one of the episodes from the Lost Missions. So they've given us a realistic version of this guy. I personally really like this one. I'm excited for the fact we're still getting Clone Wars characters. No, even though they are realistic style, it's still Clone Wars characters, which is still really cool. I hope we get a lot more. I hope it's not all just clone troopers. So, this guy's a pretty solid one so far. I've seen a few reviews where the paint apps of this has just been so bad. It's been terrible. So I was really lucky buying this online to get one that was in pretty clean condition. No major issues at all with this guy that I can pick out just by I've played around with him for a few days now, so I'm pretty happy with this guy, so no complaints from me. I know Mad Woba and Darth Phoenix 619, they both had issues with the paint and the gap between the torso and the thing. Mine seems to be okay. Can definitely see there is a slight gap there in the plastic, but not a big deal. Does come with two of these blasters, which I tend to snip a little bit out of the trigger slot there. I tend to just slice a little bit. It makes their hands just fit in a little bit better. Some of them fit fine, like with the fingers, but there's just the odd figure with the odd figures where the finger doesn't actually fit in the trigger hole properly. So I've done that just so you can get the hand fully around it without any major issues. Now the paint ups on mine, I'm very lucky to get this guy in a pretty clean state, pretty tidy paint apps. It's obviously they're all painted by computer now, so they all would scan them and then apply the paint. Somehow they're not hand painted like they used to be. So there's always going to be margins for error even when computers are involved. So it's going to be hard for anything to get those paint apps really nice and tidy up there. But otherwise, pretty clean all over. See the little rank badge is a little off. It's dropped down a little bit off the mould, but that's okay. And just there's a few green patches where they haven't painted the brown correctly on the belt. But I'm going to fix that up myself. That's not a big problem for me at all. I've got the right paints. I've got all the right colours. Nice details though. I love the little markings here on his arm for his communicators. All the yellow lines throughout this figure are pretty tidy. A little bit messy there, but that's not a big deal. Pretty clean there on the shoulder bells of the armour. All the lines are pretty clean and crisp. Top of his head, little yellow triangle was a little off centre. It's not, like I said, not a big deal. But we've got the silver antenna there, which looks nice. A few little grey effects on the back. Unfortunately, we've got the black coloured joints there for the knees, which you can't see from the front, so it's not a big deal. I don't stand my figures from looking from behind, so until you start posing them, you start to see that black knee joint. But overall, this figure's pretty solid. I'm glad that they've gone away from the Phase 2 body for all the clones. They've been using that for a while now, since probably halfway through the Vintage collection. After they got that phenomenal Phase 1 clone out, they've just completely reused that body, and they've had those shoddy rubber helmets for the Phase 2 clones. They just sit over the top and they're too big and they just look like shit. So I'm glad they've gone back and started a new mould for the Phase 2s. I would have preferred they gone back and used the ones from like the old Saga Legends 2010 days, but you know, these are still pretty good. We've got the articulation, which, speaking of which, He's got the ball jointed head, ball hinge shoulders, elbows, wrists, a swivel torso, swivel hips, ball hinge knees and ankles. So articulation's pretty good. Mold's pretty good. I like the new mold. Just hopefully they can nut out some of those defects. I've just ordered Commander Thorn, so hopefully he'll be in next week. This is based off the same mold, I believe, so we'll see when I get him. But anyway guys, that's Clone Commander Doom. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like I said, I'm going to be reviewing a few more figures today, so definitely have a few videos popping up in the next week or so. So definitely stay tuned for that. So until then, guys, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.